Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us for our second show of the day, Wake Up Call. Got to be honest, I feel already absolutely shattered after this morning. Can you believe they made me craft and they gave me 5 minutes to make a card? I didn't sign up for this early morning show to be doing that. I signed up to be, you know, nice laid back, drinking a cup of coffee, showing you a few deals. But we had some fun this morning well, we're going to have some fun for the rest of the day as well. And it is going to be a little bit more laid back, certainly from my side of the studio anyway. We have got the fantastic Sandra from Sanntangle back with us once again by popular demand, bringing you some brand new collections to Crafters TV and collections which I think you're going to absolutely fall in love with. Also, bringing you back something which you have been asking for, and when you see what that thing is, it's going to go. We haven't got many of them. If you've been asking for the ruler, then get on the shop today. But some brilliant collections. So we're going to go through everything as we always do in this first hour. And then in the Craft House this afternoon from 2, we're going to go through the new collections in much more detail. So a great opportunity for you to ask questions, get in touch, share inspiration. Let us know if you have been tangling, if you're thinking about starting tangling, what do you need to know, what do you need to see? All of that, please. Let's make it nice and interactive. And then tonight, Debbie Robinson is going to be in for an hour-long Beautiful Beginnings. I think Sheila might be popping in on that show as well, but we'll see a little bit later on. Let's say hello to the lovely lady there, the other side of the studio. It is, well, two people, the lovely Sandra Rushton and guest. How are you, Sandra, and how's Dobby?
I'm absolutely fine, thank you. Dobby's chilling out as usual. He's sleeping in the car. He insisted on being in the passenger seat this morning, but bacon butty. There's a few crumbs to move when I get home later. But no, we're all good. There he is.
I've got a lot of time for the knotted hanky on the head.
Well, yeah, I mean, he makes his own clothes now, so absolutely, yeah.
Has he got some of your designs on his shirt there?
Yeah, he's got Riverside Row all over his shirt there, so it's where people from Lockett Lane go for their holidays.
Ah, I see.
So he's supporting a two-piece there, shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, and I feel also like he's got the sort of 90s shades on. Is he a bit excited about the Oasis reunion?
He absolutely is, yeah, and he was there.
Yeah.
He was there, yeah. He's got a few different coloured shades actually, but he's going down that line at the minute.
He's absolutely brilliant, isn't he? and just again, Sandra, I know 99.9% of people know all about you, but if we've got any new crafters in today, new viewers, just tell us a little bit about you and what is Sanntangle?
Oh, this is quite official, isn't it? I'm Sandra, I'm from Sanntangle. And Sanntangle is all about you taking a moment for yourself and having a bit of a chill.
Yeah.
But picking a pen up or a pencil and making a mark on a piece of paper. Now that sounds easy, doesn't it? So if you make a few marks on a piece of paper and you add a few together and then maybe draw a little bit in pen and add a few flourishes, a little bit of shading, before you know it, you've got a wonderful piece of art. And I think what would be nice when we do a little bit of a demo, if I actually go right back to the very beginning and show you how to make those marks and just create something really quickly. I think that'd be a nice way to do it. Yeah. Showing is probably easier than telling, if I'm honest. But honestly, stay put. If you think you can't draw, you absolutely can. Honestly, you can. You're not going to be drawing around things and then putting pictures and colouring within it, but you're going to be actually using the structure that I give you and the support to draw for yourself. And that's the main, it's exciting thing, is you're going to be able to do it yourself.
And just before we get into it as well, like the collections you brought today, the designs, I'm super excited about. I'm going to say off the bat, I think the playing cards collection and also the collection with the musical instruments, I think they're going to fly. Very different, aren't they?
They are very different, absolutely. I've tried to bring you sort of a bit of a mixture of everything today. So if you want something more for, I don't know, maybe the males in your life, you want to draw something, we've got some lovely words so you can literally write anything you like. And then, of course, we've got some really delicate flowery kind of things. If you've never been able to draw a rose or a swirly ribbon, there's something there for you as well. And of course, we've got something a little bit different with the Dotty mandalas. So quite a good mix of all sorts of things.
We'll say a few hellos. It's always busy when Sandra's in the house as well. So if you see something you like, make sure you get shopping nice and early. Jan's on this one on the socials for us with Linda joining us from Maryland. Hello, Michelle Harris. Hello, Sister P4, who says good morning all from Elkridge. Sherry Burns joins us from Indiana. we were just talking about Indiana, of the Jones variety.
Yeah. It's in our heads all day now,
I know,
that
we've got the Raiders march in our heads now going round. We were discussing our favourite Indiana Jones movies. It was a toss-up between Raiders and The Last Crusade with Sean Connery. Junior! Dad, don't call me Junior! Michael Adams says, good afternoon, young fella. Looking cool as always. But me or Dobby? Obviously Dobby. Trudy says, good morning, everyone. Alchie says, good afternoon, everyone. Jan, Ben and Sandra. Stephen Nicole says, good afternoon to Ben and Sandra. Chris Humbug Atkinson says, hey, Ben and Sandra. Mary Beth Dawes says, good morning from Minnesota. Laurie Barnett says, hi and good morning from Gilbert, Arizona. And Diane Hatch says, good morning from New Hampshire, everyone. Keep your hellos coming in. And as always, any questions you have about Sanntangle, please fire those in. Just to say as well, as the deals come up on the screen, everything is tariff free. Yes! And you will see one price, well, you'll see two prices on screen. You'll see the pounds price and the dollars price. That price is for everybody. Club Inspired doesn't come into effect with third parties. However, you will see on the screen a discount that our third-party friends always do for us. So in this instance, we're going to start with the playing card collection. So this is the price that everybody will pay, no Club Inspire, but you can see that you're saving today, what, about £9 and about $12 off the usual price of this collection. So there's always a saving to shop with us here on Crafters TV. And the first collection you are going to get for that price on screen is the playing card collection. The two that I was particularly drawn to, Sandra, this and the music collection. Just talk us through what we're going to be getting here.
Gosh, in here you're going to get quite a large size playing card, but you've got the nice sort of shape that comes with it. It's in proportion with those lovely curves on the edge. And you can create any of the suites on there.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that there aren't any numbers or letters. That's because I've given you a separate stencil. That means you can actually put whatever you want to do on it. So if it's for a special birthday, that kind of thing. And okay, you don't see a 0 on there, but you can make a 0 up from the other letters. So look at part of number 6.
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing, or the Q. So you can still get a 0 there if you want it to.
Yeah.
And the idea with this one is I've given you 4 different designs. So if you, for example, like the design that's with the club, then you could take that design and create a whole set of suites using that if you want to.
Yeah.
Or you can do them all differently like I have. So you've actually got so many things that you can play with here. It's quite fun. So you can imagine making your own pack of cards.
I think that would be so much fun.
Absolutely.
Even like you say, personalised cards or cards with like people's ages on and stuff like that would be a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely.
And then inside this booklet, again, for people who've never seen your booklet, it's literally, isn't it, step by step, words and pictures and very detailed illustrations you always do.
They are, absolutely. The way I do this is I draw the images first, and then I look at that image and I break it down into shapes.
Yeah.
Then what I do, I'll scan those into the computer and I'll give them to my husband, John, and say, have a look at this. I need this as a stencil. So some of the things you might find, if they're not like a perfect circle, they're not meant to be, because obviously they're all hand drawn. If they are perfect circles, then I've given my husband permission to do that.
Right.
Otherwise he's like, oh my God. And then what I do is I use those stencils to literally take all these photographs of how I'm then creating the product. So I know the stencils work, and then you get the instructions underneath. So it's all kind of draw it, break it down, redraw it kind of thing.
And it's incredible how, so you're obviously starting off on here. So this is the clubs,
yes.
No, spades. Spades?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're starting off here, but then by the time you sort of turn over onto the next page, you're already getting like well into it. You're seeing like the detail
Absolutely,
appear.
yeah. And the beauty of this is nothing has to be exactly the same as mine. You can stop at any point and colour it if you want to. You can keep adding the detail. Because you've got those smaller little shapes, you can create your own little miniature cards and things like that if you want to as well. So it's a real nice little thing. And then the background stencils with it are just beautiful. So what have we done here for you? I've given you a stencil that's got all of them mixed up, so you could have a really nice background. They emboss beautifully, by the way, because they're 350 GS microns. Yeah. And the other side, I've given you like 4 sets. So if you wanted to do just the hearts or just the clubs, you can actually do that. So a bit of everything going on there.
It's a lovely collection. And again, you know, you think about collections that we've brought out. I mean, straight into my mind, I'm thinking about the we did a collection Vintage Vegas, all sort of casinos and playing cards and poker and stuff. So again, I think this will absolutely work wonderfully with it. Have you got some finished samples we can have a little look at?
I have, yes,
collection?
absolutely. I could show you those. So looking at this one, this is just a lovely piece if you've got a bit of everything together there. So, I mean, if you want to keep it a bit monochrome and you want to do it a little bit different, look at that. So this is where, yes, you've got my instructions, but you can create something a little bit different. See, in the instructions, look, this is how it looks, but if you want to do your own thing, this is how it looks. So you can mix and match. This is a card that we've done with just the smaller pieces. You see, put a bit of a frame round it. They make lovely cards. They're really the right size. There's your diamond. So again, I mean, that could work for anything, couldn't it? You know, even like if you've got coasters, you could put these onto coasters, and then of course the heart. Don't just think of a playing card. Think of this for Valentine's. You could even do 2 of the hearts together and interlock them. Great for weddings. And there you go. So if you like this design, you could take this and you could put the design in here, or you could put this design in that one. So you can really mix and match these up. So same with this. Look, a lovely little piece with all of them sort of mixed in together.
That's really cute.
How lovely is that?
Yeah.
Then look, here we go, one on a bigger card. So I've changed the shape and I've used a different background in there to play with. Of course, you can glitter up these little bits and pieces as well. And then here we go, another one. So it looks like you've got a little suite of cards going on in the background there.
Yeah.
And then the last one, look at this.
Oh, wow.
So you've got a bit of the frame. Now, if you think back to the Dragonfly sort of starter set and that frame that you put in, you could use that kind of frame in there, but then you can see you've got little things going on that you're adding your own little bits to it. Okay. Can I just ask, have I left you some words over there? Are they with this bundle?
No, I don't know.
You know what? I always forget something. Can I just drag?
Oh yeah, I've written down on there as well. 3 word stencils, small, medium, large.
Can I just? Yeah. Shall I show them here? Do you mind?
So
I'm so sorry. I've sort of set everything up. We had a really good chat, and then we've sort of forgot this one. So Sandra, what is this one?
It's only words.
Absolutely, it's only words. Absolutely. So in this one, it's if I just sort of open it out a little bit for you, I've given you a set of instructions for doing bestie.
I love that.
Happy birthday. My initials, but it could be your initials, of course, and thank you. So you've got different ways of using the word stencils, but the exciting bit is, yes, you've got the large size in the capitals and lowercase. Yeah. You've got a few little extra bits and pieces there, like your hashtags. You've got your numbers. Yeah. So that in its own is a brilliant stencil.
Absolutely.
So what if you think, well, okay, I like that, but my card's not going to be that big.
Oh, it's too big. You've not done it in a different... Oh, you have.
So you've got it in this size as well. So there we go, different size. But what if that's a little bit big?
3 sizes, that's incredible.
We've done it you in a smaller size as well.
This is brilliant. Sorry, so this is included in the playing card collection?
So because we're playing cards, we've got numbers, we've got words and that, we thought this would be a really nice one to sort of mix in with that as well. I'm so sorry I didn't give it to Ben earlier, it's my fault. But yes, it does come with it. And because I forgot to give it to him, I can't even find the samples, so they're around somewhere. But we'll show you. And it means you can create, you know, names, places, numbers. You can literally write whatever you want to write and turn it into something that's tangled and a wonderful piece of art. I see this as a family thing. You could write family, and you could have all the names of, you know, all your parents, your grandparents, children, grandchildren, that kind of thing, in a big piece of art for the wall, and get them all involved and get them all doing little bits and pieces.
Like a family tree almost.
Absolutely, I think that'd be wonderful.
Do you know what? I thought the deal before that was brilliant, but now you're going to get those 6 sets of stencils. And what do I always say? If you've got an alphabet and you've got your numbers, you're always able to personalise. And I know that we've obviously done dies before when it comes to personalisation with alphabets and your numbers. We've done stamps before. I've never seen such a comprehensive set of stencils as you see just there. And the fact that you've got it in 3 sizes as well. And that's all included alongside everything I showed you this side in the playing cards bundle. That, if budget allows today, is an incredible buy and definitely needs to go into your basket. Even if you're not tangling with those stencils, just to have them to get your sprays, glitters, and all sorts.
Absolutely. You can even just ink through them if you wanted to. But you've got a set of different sizes that will cover anything, even the numbers, capitals, lowercase. We've put everything in there, because it's pointless doing it and then you can't fit them on, or you want them too big, so we just put everything together.
Well, Sister P4 says, amazing to get 3 sizes of alphabet, get them in your basket. We haven't got hundreds and hundreds of these, so you're going to have to be quick. And she also says, I'm so grateful for your brain, Sandra. It's mind-boggling to me how you bring these images and corresponding stencils all together, and I love the playing cards. That's Sister P4.
Oh, thank you.
Rhiannon says, this is a really fun set to work with, Rhiannon Richards.
Oh, thank you, Rhi.
And Rose Lippett says, hello, Sandra and Ben.
Hi,
I see that Dobby has pushed his way to the front. He always does, doesn't he?
Always does, absolutely. Never does any work.
No.
Unless, but he's sporting his own little outfit today.
Well done, Sarah. She says, I've purchased a red ruler. That ruler, you're going to have to be quick if you want it. We haven't got huge stocks of it. Yeah. She says, I've bought the Dotty mandala. We'll come on to that. And the Tangly illusions. We've got previous bundles for you on the shop of the day. Yeah. So check those out. I've been waiting for Sandra to come back. She says, hello, Carolyn Wilson. Says, sorry I missed the 5 a.m. show. The spirit was willing, but the body was weak. I know the feeling, but I had to be here. Patty says, hello, everyone from Michigan. I love Sandra. She is so talented. She is. And hello to Chris and Mary Beth, Laurie and Diane have also joined us. And Paul Prince, who says good morning from South Carolina.
Oh, gosh,
now,
morning, everyone.
It's busy. And this next collection, I think you're going to absolutely love. You'll understand, knowing little old me, why this is a collection I picked up straight away. I was like, this is incredible. The music collection. So normally $61.67 or $84.99. Today on Crafters TV, it's $52.99 or $72.99. Tariff free as well. And let's get started with this collection. First of all, you're getting 2. You're getting all about the music and the musical strings with this set. And I suppose, was this like a natural progression for you, Sandra? Because as well as being very talented at your sort of art and tangling, you're a musician as well, aren't you?
I am a musician, yes. I first was given a keyboard, actually, which was a Casio red, like that one, when I was 9 years old.
No way.
Absolutely. And from there, I had lessons every week, as you do, and went from a keyboard to a full-blown organ. Yeah. Which at the time, I always wanted a piano because my friend had got a piano, and my dad's like, no, you can have this. I did actually play at one of the famous cathedrals in Truro. I actually went down there and played their church organ. It's amazing because you play a note and you count for about 8 seconds and then you hear it at the other end. The pipes,
right, so you're slightly delayed.
Yeah, and I did teach music for a while, so it's very much ingrained. So yeah, a pianist, saxophonist, theory of music, did all that kind of thing, and played in a band for a while, a wind band, and so yeah, it's quite a good thing. Of course, my son's in a band as well, so it's
talented family.
Yeah, it's creative, isn't it? I think one thing flows into the other if you're that kind of person, I suppose.
And the designs in here again are brilliant. So you've got, like, as you sort of said, like your Casio keyboard with microphone there. I love the headphones. I love the fact that you've got like the stave kind of like intermingled and intertwined through there, and then the old-fashioned microphone as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's a real nice one, and it comes out in a lot of films, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So you see that kind of thing, you think, oh, that's really cool. But because you've got the more modern microphone on there with the keyboard. Yeah. And on the back, you've got some speakers as well that I've done a little bit of a design for you. I think is, let me just have a quick look. Yes, so if you wanted to do something just a little bit different, you know, as a quick card, that's a real nice little piece to do as well. So it's got quite a few bits and pieces in it, but you're going to do your own thing with this, aren't you? You're going to make it whatever you want it to be.
Absolutely. And you've got your stencil here. I suppose that's with like your main shapes on, but you were chatting to me as well before the show by saying that what we've got here is something very special.
We have, absolutely, yes, because I do a lot of background stencils with my designs, and for this particular one, I haven't done a background stencil before. No. So I've created this just for this bundle for you guys. So you've got your tablature, you've got your keyboard, you've got your treble and bass clef, 2 different size staves, and you've got a lovely background there, but on the staves, you can actually, if you wanted to, pick out the notes. Love and that. You can put your own little tune on there.
So like you said, you could do a card and write somebody happy birthday on there,
If you absolutely wanted to, you certainly could, yeah. And of course, because you've got the 2 sizes, everything kind of works together. We were trying to work out the chords because I did them.
Yeah.
Because I do a little bit of guitar, but I play more sort of classical than strumming, so
I think that might be C,
yeah.
A minor, and I think we said
Yeah.
that was G7.
Something like I always read the notes C rather than the tablature, but I thought that'd be really nice to mix in with it. Gives you a bit of everything, doesn't it?
And again, just to show you within the booklet itself, like the instruction and the illustration in here is comprehensive. I just really captured my imagination, this one. I think it's absolutely fantastic and one that you're going to have a lot of fun with. But not just this booklet you're going to get, no, because you get the musical strings as well, don't you, within this set?
You absolutely do, yes. This is a smaller stencil because that means you can work on smaller cards. So think strings, think an acoustic guitar, think an electric guitar, a harp is in there.
Oh, yes.
A cello, which means you could also do the violin and the double bass if you wanted to. And then you've got the treble and the bass clef, and they make such beautiful little pieces. So these are not, these are sort of kind of more quick cards, 10, 15 minutes, you'll have something drawn. Whereas the larger pieces, you want to give yourself an hour, maybe 2, to sort of think start to finish. So yeah, really nice little collection, this.
So again, all of your templates and stencils in there to be able to get creating $52.99 or $72.99. Let's have a look at some finished samples though, Sandra, because this always gets you excited.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this one.
Ah, yes.
So, you know, you can actually, again, have this quite personalised if you want to, whatever colour headphones you like. You've even got the old sort of soft, spongy cushioning in there as well. And if you didn't want to have the music going through there, you know, you could put your tablature, you could put a ribbon kind of thing. It's just real good fun. And you notice in the background there, I've actually got the playing cards stencil background.
Oh, yes.
So it shows you can use it for a lot of different things. There's that fantastic little retro little shape there. It's so lovely, isn't it? Quite 3D, and you think, oh, would I do that? But it's in there. And of course, there's those little speakers. You could have that anyway. I mean, look at those cute keyboards as they're coming round here with different colours. You just got a little, you can feel the movement, you feel the boom there. It's a bit like the back of my car when I'm on my way home tonight.
Is it?
Yeah, a bit loud. Yeah, absolutely. See this on that lovely keyboard, and you've got the microphone, but you've got this sort of cord wrapping itself all the way through, and you've got these notes coming in.
Yeah.
All the way along.
That
really
takes me back as well. Like you say you had a Casio. I had a small keyboard about yay big, and where you could record like different sounds onto and stuff.
Bon Tempi.
Yeah, Bon Tempi. Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh, dear.
So here we go. So this is going to the smaller piece. So look how a lovely little tag, a little treble clef on there.
Yeah.
Just sort of giving you a little bit of something, but then.
Oh,
there. Now we're talking, aren't we? Look at this. Absolutely. So the nice thing about it is it comes in different parts, so you could make different pieces. You could make this even longer if you wanted to, or shorter to sort of suit the guitar you've got.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's making a slightly larger piece, you know, with some of the circle frames.
Yeah.
You know, we did heptagon. I think we brought, I can't remember what we brought, but you can see those. Then look, sort of a mirrored image.
Cool. Oh, that's very clever.
Just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
The harp.
Oh, wow.
So it's just something a bit different, isn't it, all the time? There's that lovely microphone again. It's slightly different, bit of bling on there. And then here we go, a little bit of everything together. Yeah, I mean, look at the glitter on there. It's just beautiful.
And this is the thing again, isn't it? Yes, for your cards, but home decor pieces, these are perfect for, aren't they?
They absolutely are, you know. I think once you've done it and you've gone through the instructions on how to do it, you'll start looking at ways to do your own thing with it. I mean, that's just lovely, isn't it? And of course, there's another one of those to finish.
I love the fact that you've got the keyboards in there. I love the fact that the harp is in there as well. There was one girl who played harp at my school. I still remember her name now. I won't say it, but I just always used to marvel at her in the school orchestra. Because I played the violin in the orchestra, and like playing the harp, I just thought, what an amazing instrument to learn. But I always used to feel really sorry for her, because like when we packed up, you know, we'd just put our fiddle away and I just walk off, and then she had this massive like harp that having to drag with her everywhere.
I mean, speaking of strings, I did actually. There was somebody that was used to be in my tutor set when I was teaching in schools, and he's written his own album. He's a classical musician, a pianist, fantastic, and he's the only person I've ever seen that's actually put his hand inside a grand piano and he's been plucking the strings like a harpist whilst playing the piano.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is.
Yeah, a bit next level. If you like your kind of like piano rock sort of stuff, there's a chap called Ben Folds.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be in a band called Ben Folds 5, where there were 3 of them. But he did stuff like that on some of his albums.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, some of the stuff he does is incredible. Trudy says, I don't think there is, but maybe in a future collection, or maybe there is in another collection. Is there a trombone in any collection?
Not yet, because that's brass.
Yes.
So think brass, and if you think like wind with saxophones and stuff, they're swimming up here, but they've not actually come out yet, if you know what I mean. Just one thing on the actual All About the Music, one of the stencil, let me just have a look at the top. It's the instructions are not there, but if you look at 1, 2, 3 and 4, that's the starts of a drum kit. So the instructions are not in there, but the shapes are.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to sort of look at those and think, get a bit creative, there is a drum kit in there as well. So yeah, it'll come. It'll come.
We're very busy for the collections. Well done, Sarah. She says, I've just picked up the playing card collection after seeing the gorgeous samples, and why not? Love the mirror image card, says Sister P4. Melanie D says, I love the music collection. Well done. If you love it, jump in, grab it, buy it. Again, we don't have huge stock, so it is a case of, if you like it, get in nice and early. Don't be kind of waiting until the official launch in the Craft House later on, when everyone will be up and there'll be a big old scrum to try and get the deals. The Ribbons and Roses is the next collection to show you, and this is absolutely incredible. Wait till you see the artwork here. So this collection, normally $36.98. You're getting it for £32.99 today with us, normally $50.99. You're getting it with a $6 saving today, so $44.99. It is, of course, tariff-free as well. Our Jake was actually looking at this one a little bit earlier on, particularly this design here, because he loves tattoos, and he was saying like some of these would work like perfectly for that kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
They're exquisite, Sandra, these.
Within this, it was all about getting that technique about how to draw those flowers, but also the twist of the ribbon, because I know sometimes that's a little bit tricky to do. But with a rose or with a flower like this, when you're doing something a little more botanical, you also need to know where to shade it. So in the instructions, I don't just show you how to draw these images, I also show you how to shade them with a pencil.
Okay.
So I think that was a really important thing to do in here. So you won't get just, this is how you draw. You see there, look, this is where I put the pencil, and that's how I've shaded it. Yeah. So I think that's a nice thing to look at. If shading is something you're not sure about, you can then transfer your skills that I've put in here to any other flower or any other particular product or design, really. But it just gives you that little bit of help where you need it, I think.
And again, so super thorough, loads and loads of pictures and illustrations in there to help you along the way. And it's three templates this time. So you've got your sort of main template and then 2 backgrounds, have you again?
Absolutely, yeah. And the background's going to give you those leaves and that kind of a design going on as well. Yeah. But I think with that one, they're just absolutely beautiful. I mean, the big one, you could take little elements of it and have just certain leaves together if you want to, but it all matches, everything works perfectly. So all the instruction and the stencils and templates in there for $32.99 or $44.99. Got some samples with Sandra, because this is where it all comes to life. It certainly is. This is the actual artwork that's in the book, so I thought I'd show you those for you. So you see what I've done, I've added the pencil shading, then I've actually gone over the top with coloured pencils, and you see a little bit of that stencil coming around in the background there. So it's really nice to just have that little bit of something subtle. There's the dog rose there, look. And you've even got the stencil in there for how to create that swirl. And then, of course, you've got your little rose with your extra flowers and your ribbon. And then the last one, there it is. So again, coloured it in with a pencil and a tortillon, and then I've gone in with a little bit of a coloured pencil. And then in the background, you can see there's that lovely background stencil as well. Incredible. This is the kind of thing that you can be achieved if you pick up the collection. It is the Ribbons and Roses stencils and backgrounds. $32.99 is the sterling price, $44.99 if you're paying in the US, $44.99. It is all tariff-free for you as well. Good morning, Susan Ert. She says, good morning, Ben, from Gurney, Illinois, north of Chicago. Good morning, Chicago. And hello to Sarah, who says, I cannot wait to get the music collection and start making these beautiful pieces.
She says, I am hooked on Sanntangle now.
Oh, it is a little bit addictive, isn't it? But in a nice way, because you're having the time spending it relaxing and chilling out, and then you love what you've done. And then if you gift it to somebody, if you could bear to give it away, they look at it and you get that again because they love it and they think, I can't believe you did this for me. You've given your time. Yeah, you've enjoyed it, but then you've given your time to give it to somebody else and then they are going to enjoy it. So it just sort of all comes round from that, doesn't it? The confidence that you feel when you've done it. I love seeing the work that everybody does.
Next collection is your Creating Delicate Designs and Backgrounds. Again, this is $32.99, $44.99. So take us through this because the designs again here are just incredible, Sandra.
They are. This is kind of, I think this is sort of a pre-op to the lace that I did.
Oh, right.
Because you've got 3 beautiful pieces of artwork here, which, yeah, you can take them down and make them into cards and do smaller elements. But the artwork is just, it's just stunning. And I've used a pencil to shade it, and then I've brought in a touch of colour. Because I know some of you out there, you don't always want to use full-blown colour. So I'm kind of giving you that bit of confidence to say, do you know what? Draw it, shade it, but then add a touch. You don't have to go in full-blown colour.
Okay.
I mean, look at that lotus.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely beautiful. Again, the skills you're going to learn in here, drawing these shapes, are going to help you with other things. So you can take sections out of it to use just for frames. You can use just the flowers to create little cards. So don't think of it as just 3 pieces of work. It's 3 step-by-step instructions for like a little masterclass, really, but then go and do your own thing with it. They're really beautiful pieces.
And you get a set of backgrounds again here, don't you, as well?
You absolutely do, yes. If you turn it the other way just for a moment, Ben.
Upside down?
No, it's not upside down. But if you look at the one
yeah.
now, with all the leaves sort of coming off the stems, that could almost be part of a skirt.
Oh,
or a
yeah,
dress
absolutely.
Kind of shape, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It's just stunning. And again, everything there works with it because they all come from the artwork and the actual instructions there.
Let's have a look at some of that artwork then.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to show you this one quickly because this is a little bit of background paper.
Oh,
and
wow.
look how that background stencil has just been used to sort of bring something in. So a really quick one that you could just ink and let go. But here we go. This is what you want to see, isn't it? Look at that.
That is incredible.
There's your little sort of lotus. But you've
Yeah.
also got this one, which is kind of ovally. But again, you've got those roses in there, so you can mix that with the ribbon and roses. This one, oh, it's just lovely. Look at that. You could just take this as a motif. And then you've got this sort of lovely kind of ribbon going around. It's just beautiful. And then, of course, there's a different version of the lotus. So once you've drawn it, you are going to be doing your own different versions.
What are you drawing yours onto, like paper-wise or card-wise? What do you tend to use?
I tend to use cartridge paper.
Right.
Because it'll take a lot of inking, it'll take your tortillon and your pencil, that kind of thing. But, I mean, the other one, you see it's a background paper, so don't be afraid of using something that's actually already got a pattern on it if you want to. And in essence, it depends what you're colouring it with, you can actually draw on whatever you want to do. What I would avoid, if you're going to do something on a piece of paper to give to somebody or use as a card, I wouldn't use just like a regular printer paper.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the results and you're going to draw with your pen, it's going to bleed, things like that. So, you know, use a nice, decent piece of paper. Cartridge paper is my go-to, if I'm honest, so.
3 items to show you. Just a quick question. Well, actually, you're going to settle an argument here,
okay.
Sandra. Claire Greenwood. Hello, Claire. Where is Sandra's accent from? Settle an argument between me and my friend, please, says Claire.
Oh, okay. Where do you think I'm from?
Okay, let us know where you think Sandra is from, Claire. Let us know what you think and then what your friend thinks, and then we'll settle it.
And then we'll settle it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Next up is a really cool collection. So this is your Dotty mandalas. And again, what I love about these shows is that you've got a whole host of different designs, but also different price points as well. So if you are wanting to try, but maybe you don't want to spend £80 today, this collection you can jump in, spend under £20, £19.65 today, or $27.99. Tariff-free once again. This is
oh, yeah.
a lot of fun. I almost feel like sort of like traditional tangle in this, isn't it?
I know, look at that stencil though. What on earth is that going to do? When you look at that and you see the samples in a minute, you're like, really?
It looks like my shower head.
Oh, just like, How does that even work? But I love this kind of stencil because you look at it and you think, no way.
Yeah.
But once you've gone through the instructions,
Well,
you'll suddenly find, oh my goodness me, yes, I could do so many other things with it.
Yeah.
That's just a start.
Let's just have a little bit of a look inside then. Yeah,
It's hysteria. Look at that. They're fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. You don't have to use the whole circle if you don't want to.
It's all beginning to come clear now.
It is, absolutely.
Let's have a look at a few samples. Would you say, like, if people are just starting today, is this one to kind of go to as like a
this is a real
point?
good fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't just think of it for paper. I know we were just talking on what paper to work on. If I just show you this, I've been playing with.
Oh, I love that.
Look at that. Look at that. I've been using your Crafters metallic pens to do that with.
That's brilliant.
Well, if I quickly flick through, I mean, this is drawn. This is paint.
Oh, I love it.
And sparkles. This is drawn. This is in the instructions. Look at that from them dots. And that one.
Bonkers, that, isn't it?
Look at that. But then, if you don't want to draw and look, bling it up. And then the last one, look, paint. So this one starts to sort of think a little bit different, doesn't it? It's dots and little loops. That's all. Brilliant. Love this one. Absolutely love it.
Just incredible what you can achieve from that. 1965, $27.99. Here we go. Claire says, I think it's a bit of a Stoke accent. My friend reckons Derby/Leicester-ish.
Oh, it's definitely Stoke-on-Trent.
Yay!
Yeah.
Settled that one, Claire.
There we go.
Who owes who a cup of tea now? Let me know.
Absolutely.
Two more to quickly show you, then we'll give you time to check out. Now, this next collection, Sandra, you were saying before the show, so this one's been requested, hasn't it?
It certainly has, absolutely, yes. There was a lovely lady sort of said to me, is there any chance we could have this one? So, yeah, I've brought it here. So
it's your steampunk hats and flowers. Again, oh, that's a lovely fade there. 19 is getting all very arty in the gallery. £19.65 or $27.99 is this. And it is all kind of steampunk themed. So you've got like the cool top hats in there. And it's all sort of like lots of cogs and watches and things like that, isn't it, steampunk?
Yeah, steampunk, it's kind of 1800 Victorian era. And they imagined what the future would be.
Yeah.
And they imagined it being very industrial, hence you get a lot of kind of brown grungy greys in there and lots of cogs and clocks, and it's all about time. But this is one that you've got all that in there, but it's a little bit pretty as well. So if you wanted to take the cogs out, you can do and just have it as hats and flowers. But if you wanted to, you know, use different colours, and I go bright pinks and yellows, that kind of thing, you could do that as well. It's the whole point of you drawing it is you're the artist and you decide what you're going to create. I mean, look at that poppy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like steampunk's one of those things that never really sort of goes out of fashion, does it? It's always very popular.
It never does, no. But there's so many different sort of little bits and pieces to it. And you'll all have dies and stamps that you could mix and match along with it. So you don't have to draw everything. Use it as part of what you do in your craft.
Let's have a look at some finished samples of some crackers over there.
Are you ready? Here we go. Look at this one.
That's brilliant.
So again, I mean, look at that hat. It doesn't have to be steampunk, does it? A little feather going on in there. Actually, I think that might be one of your feathers as well, one of you. There's our flowers, but you see they're kind of cogs, not flowers. Another hat. Now you'll notice in the instructions as well that I don't always have my clocks in the right order. So mine says 12963. I meant it.
Of course you did.
Look at this one. So, you know, very kind of metallic there, but lots of little bits and pieces going on. And then, of course, there's that poppy.
Wowee. It's
just beautiful, isn't it? So you bring your own bits and pieces, and even if you were to just draw the poppy on its own, stunning piece of work there.
£19.65, $27.99 if you want to go for the steampunk hats and flowers. And finally, and already been very, very busy, we have got the red ruler. We've got less than 40 of these already. You guys have seen it and snapped it up. We had this in, I think, the time before last you were in, Sandra, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It sold out. I think it might have even sold out in the first show. We have it back. £6.99, $10.79. Yes, it is a ruler, but you've got to explain, like, there's a bit missing here and there's loads of holes in it.
Well, yeah, because, you know, when you use a ruler, you don't necessarily just want to draw a straight line, don't you? I think it's probably easier if I do a quick show.
Yeah, okay.
So here we go. Let's just go in with a pen. So the first thing, yes, it's going to draw a straight line if you want it to. You've got measurements up to 24 in centimetres, millimetres. And if you wanted to draw a shape, say you wanted to draw a little bit of a square shape, but you wanted round corners, you can do that, look. Gives me round corners. If you wanted to do something that's got a bit of a lip on it, you know, like you're doing a divider or something,
yeah,
you've got that in there as well. But again, that starts giving you new shapes.
Okay.
Then you've got, let's draw this one. So I'm going to draw a smaller one first. This actually is the hole punch is for my binders.
Okay.
So we'll fit some, and then let's do the bigger one. Okay, now what you would do, I'm going to draw that in pencil. Because then what you would do is split that in. Let's go half.
Yeah.
And let's get 6 sections going off there. So I've done that in pencil. And then come round, put little shapes in, little ways. So this is, you know, when we talked about beginning and how you start, you see I've drawn 2 of those shapes from my ruler, and immediately I've got a flower.
There you go.
But let's take it one step further, look, and let's put a curved line.
Yeah.
And another curved line. And then I bring another curved line out. Another one this way, look. Put a line in it, little V's. Another one this way, little line, little V's. You've got a flower.
Brilliant.
Yeah? So another great thing with this, say for example, we've got, I just draw sort of, I can draw them circles, they are circles. One there, little one there, yeah? So with this little shape here, let's just sort of find it. I'm going to put those little dots in there. Okay. Now I can extend that down if I wanted. See, I've drawn a little row, dots all the way down. Then I could bring my ruler in, and okay, I'm going to line up. Let's have a look. One of those dots with the outside edge of those ones there. And then if I come on in, and I'm going to go, let's go in with, yeah, that one there. That one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one. So I've got my little row of dots. What it's going to do is give me my curve at the bottom there. Then I can bring that back up. Now we do use this a lot, so it's just nice to have it on there, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we've got a lovely, see, I'd probably put my circle there, look, so it joins. So you're joining things together, great for things like, you know, your steampunk and your cogs.
Yeah.
But if I put a line there, and I can put a little bubble there, a little bubble there, so you could start to have droplets hanging off. There's nothing worse than having a lovely picture and you've got this line and you try and hand draw a curve. It doesn't sort of want to do it, but having this means you can. So there's a few little bits going on in there, really.
The ruler will be one of the first things to go today, so if you've got it on your shopping list of things to buy, I would get that into your basket now. Good morning, Sandra, Ben, and
Morning.
Superstar, says Carol. Boom, says Claire. I was right. A fellow Stokey. I could spot one a mile off.
Absolutely. I always, when I'm talking and I'm passionate about what I'm talking about, and I think we get into a drawl, it is that kind of thing, isn't it? You just go for it. And you go back to type.
She also says cheese and oat cakes as well.
Cheese and oat cakes, yeah. Although I can't eat them anymore because they've got wheat in.
Ah.
Miss them. Wright's pies.
What pies?
Wright's pies.
Ah,
That's
Wright's
another Stoke thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
No. We're going to have a little break. Let's give you opportunity to get your baskets checked out. Seeing as you're up now, this may as well be the opportunity to get all the deals, get the items that you want, and then you can come back nice and relaxed in the 2 o'clock show this afternoon in the Craft House and just sit back and take in all of the information and demonstration. So get your baskets checked out and we'll meet you back here in just a few moments' time.
I love Crafters TV. Not for their amazing products, but for other reasons. Firstly would be the community. Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world. It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas and get inspiration from each other. Learning inspiration comes from the demonstrators. It doesn't matter if you're experienced or new, the demonstrators will always explain and help so we can get the best from the Crafters Companion's amazing products. But most important reason is the personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators. For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family. And for me, this is the most meaningful. I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got about 10 minutes or so till the end of the show. So we're going to delve into what has been the most popular item so far. The ruler, as predicted, is flying. If you want to get the ruler, I would be checking that out before the craft house at 2 o'clock this afternoon, because that potentially could be hanging on by a thread at that point. Anything else, as I say, just get it checked out now, and then you can come back and enjoy the show a little bit later on. If you have just joined us, very warm welcome. Carol's in, and also Adrienne says, very good morning from Pennsylvania. Hello to you all. We're going to delve in just for the final 10 minutes or so into the Creating Delicate Designs and Backgrounds collection, which has been the most popular so far. So this is £32.99. $44.99, and remember, all the deals on the show are tariff-free. Let's go over to Sandra with a message from Jan, who just says, oh my, if Sandra is on, I am spending money. I love these helpers, you say.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but do you know what? It's an investment, isn't it? Because this is not just a little bit of plastic. It's hours and hours of your life. You're going to enjoy, you're going to have fun, you're going to be more relaxed. You know, I've even been known to leave my Prosecco on the side.
No way.
I know. Anyway, not for long, but okay. So I've put myself a little sort of vertical and horizontal on the paper there. I am going to press on a little bit more so you can kind of see what I do. Actually, I might just come in straight with pen. I would advise, though, when you're drawing anything like this, please come in with pencil first. Right. Because it just makes life easier. Then you can get rid of bits when you don't need them.
And I know we've touched on this before, but again, for people who are new to this, what type of pencil is sort of best to use if we're...
Okay. When you're drawing, I do use a mechanical pencil because I've got that lovely fine line, that fine tip there. But you don't have to. HB is fine for drawing. This is a B because I use it for shading as well. Right. Saying that, this pencil is a 2B, which means it's got quite a soft lead in it, because when you're actually putting pencil to paper and torty on it, you want it to move across the paper. So 2B is way better for shading. Okay. So I've drawn my first shape. It says start in the middle of your paper, draw shape 20, then shape 19 around it. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. First things first, let's get that. And that's where I've got my little crosses, vertical and horizontal, because I've got something going. The next shape, it says, here we go, look, number 14. Now, I'm not going to draw number 14 right on the top. It looks a little bit like, I don't know, cardinal or something, doesn't it? I'm going to bring it down a little bit, okay? Because I want to make sure that this petal's slightly underneath. Having said that, I could, if I wanted to, I could mark the middle there, because my pen will rub off the stencil. So it's just great to do a little mark. And then there's my first petal, okay? So if I turn it round, I'm going to do the same again. Because I've kind of marked it, I know where my middle is, so I know, measurement, laying my point up there, I know that they're going to be the same. All these little tricks, Luke.
Look at this.
Okay, so let's do the same again.
Yeah.
See, I've marked my stencil, so I can put that on the middle, line my point up with that line there. Same again, okay? Turning it round. And here we go, putting that one on.
And this is obviously step-by-step in your booklet. It's the first page, isn't it, of the booklet, this?
It is, yes. So this is basically, I'm on step 3 at the minute. So it showed you to draw 1, then it says draw 3 more, so I've got that. See, look, I can just rub that off my stencil, it doesn't have to stay there. So step 4, draw guidelines diagonally from the centre in between the petal shapes. So here we go. Now, you would probably do this with the edge of the stencil. But I'm just putting some diagonals in, so I've got something to work. That's what it's telling me to do. And then it says use shape 6. Shape 6, here we go. Now, I'm not going to use the whole thing here because some of it, look, is going to sit behind. It's touching the middle, and the other point is touching that vertical line I've just done, or that diagonal line. There it is. Same again, look. So line it up, join it up.
And it's handy to number your stencils as well, isn't it? They don't come numbered, but you get the grid on the back of your booklet, so handy to number them up,
Absolutely. If you need numbers, they will be on the back of the book or just inside, and please number the stencil to match that picture. I mean, if you want to change it and do something different, you're going to get some interesting pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, please number them as they are on the instructions.
Yes.
There's my first shape, look, okay?
Amazing.
Then I'm going to put a curve in. You think, oh, I can't draw curves. I've given them to you.
Yes, this is what we love.
Given them to you, okay? So you can decide where you're going to do it. I'm just going to do one because I know we're a little bit short of time. So I'm just going to do one side, look like this. And then I'm going to come back in and put like a little bobble on the top. Not too wide. And then I'm going to draw in the next bit. Having said that, you could bring the curve up a bit and you could use that again. So it just sort of gives you a little bit of freehand there. Okay, so that gives me my first one. There is another one further up, but I'm going to focus just on this one. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to draw like a squished heart, like that. And then if I do another one on this side, sits in there. So they're quite long, aren't they?
Yeah.
But that means you can sort of get them in. And you're going to follow the shape all the way around. Please don't think you've got to do it at this pace. I'm on TV time. So, and I do this all the time, so I do draw really quickly.
I said this to you last time as well, that's not an exaggeration to say Sandra does this all the time. When we go off for a break in a minute, you know, I'll probably go off and have a bit of lunch, but Sandra will sit and tangle and design. Are you always, when you do that, are you doing that for relaxation, or are you designing for future
it's usually the next product.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Ideas are always there, see, so you put them down when you can. And of course, if I'm in the office, I don't always get the time to do that because there's other things going on. So this is kind of my downtime where I do relax, but yeah. I am at the moment, today, I'm going to be working on just finalising the stencils for class this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Because we've got the last classes at HQ because we're moving.
Oh, right.
So it's going to be the last one. So we've got ever such a lot of people coming.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, a bit of pressure to, you know, make those projects what you want them to be.
Absolutely.
So I don't draw things too far in advance because otherwise my head's onto something else and you kind of, not forget, but you kind of forget what you're going to draw, see. So I've got all the sketches ready, I've got the stencils, and I just want to check them to make sure they're okay. So that's my job today. So now I know I'm going very quickly with this, but I'm sort of hitting little points within the instructions that shows you, you know, what you're going to do. I've not done anything crazy at the minute, have I? I've just done a few loops.
I reckon you're up to about step 13 of the booklet. This is the first 2 pages of your booklet.
Yeah, I'm going to put sort of this in here. So I've got 2 sort of shapes there. There's one there that following what's already there. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit different, it's absolutely fine. And then within here, look, I'm going to use that vertical. Then I'm going to create a little bit of a grid in there. I mean, you'd do this on all of the petals, wouldn't you? I would probably do this all in pen. Gives you that. In the shape here, I'm going to put a smaller loop there, one there, one there. You see, I'm always splitting my space up. I'm working on small sections each time. So then I've got space here. So do I put 2 in or do I put 3 in? So if I go for 3, I want to put 1 in the middle and 1 either side. See, so that gives you, see there, I'm probably only going to get 2. It just gives you control, doesn't it? and you know that you're going to get them in and they're going to kind of look the same. They're never going to look exactly.
Well, that's the joy of it though, surely, isn't it? Like uniqueness every time you do something.
It certainly is, yeah. And from the moment you put pen to paper, it's yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's your piece. Look at that. Just put some little lines in. There we go. There we go. And then these bits here, I'd fill in with a bit of black. Just gives it a bit of drama in there, like so. Okay, what step are we up to, Ben?
We're now on...
Oh gosh. Yeah, look here.
I'd say
Look.
about 19, 20.
Yeah, look at that. It's showing you how I've got those little loops and things going on in there. So in there, look, loops. Loops. Okay. So you can see how that's got. I've got those lines going in there. I've got that going in there. I've added some extra bits. Oh, I've added some little loops inside there as well. Okay, got one on the top, got one going on there. So let's just quickly turn the page. So you see here, look, I'm starting to put bubbles in now. It takes a little bit longer. Some wavy lines. So in these shapes here, because we already started with a wavy line, to be fair, didn't we? Wavy lines. Filling that in. So you can go as detailed as you want.
Yeah.
If you think, I don't want wavy lines, I want a grid in there, put a grid in. It really doesn't matter. And then, of course, oh, one more thing. We've got a little line coming off here. I'm going to put a bobble on the top. Bobbles down the side, bobbles down the side, join them together, like that. So that's pretty much everything, apart from drawing that little frame there.
Yeah.
That you need for that piece. Your little frame comes because you've got ovals here. 2 ovals, put some dots on. Job don't know how it is, look. Ovals, put some dots on, put some little S's between them, and then you've got that lovely little ruched frame going on. And that's as quick as I could do it, showing you everything in
I loved
5 minutes.
Sister P4 just said, what do you mark your stencil with so it doesn't rub off?
Hands down Sharpie.
Okay.
Works brilliant. Alcohol marker is fine, but I use an extra fine Sharpie because then some of them a little bit close together, see, so.
And Sandy just said, Sandra makes it look so easy, but it is a true work of art, an extreme amount of a talented eye for design. Beautiful, says Sandy. It's been a wonderful show. I've really enjoyed it. So we're back at 2. So I guess we'll just have a look at a few different collections. And are you quite happy to take questions and requests if there are any?
Absolutely. yeah. I'm not singing and dancing, but if you want to ask a question, please, I'll be honest and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. But yeah, we've got some demos planned, so we can see how we're doing, and we'll get Dobby a cup of tea, I think.
Oh yeah,
he's not having coffee.
No. What, too hyper? Yeah. Looks like he needs a cuppa. He's a bit hot as well, the old hanky on the head. Saying that reminds me of my granddad. He used to go everywhere with the knotted hanky on his head, he did. Always remember that. Listen, thank you so much to Sandra. What a fun kind of preview show. 2 more hours coming in the Craft House in an hour. Until then, the ruler is going to disappear. Mark my words, you need to get that checked out if you want to get it this time. And anything else you've got in your basket, get it now and you can come back and enjoy all of the inspiration with Sandra in just an hour's time. Until then, thank you for